What's the dumbest ruling you've seen a judge make in the courtroom? The judge sided with my dishonest landlord, who had no convincing proof of any of the fees he had filed against me. Last year, I ended up suing my landlord. I have lived on the property for 5 years, and I ended up leaving because of his refusal to fix anything. I spent a week in the middle of July without air conditioning, living in Arizona with 120 degrees of heat. One night, a valve burst behind the toilet, flooding the downstairs, and he didn't respond. For more than a week, because of his refusal to fix a leaking roof, the upstairs bathroom sustained copious water and mold damage. The room below ended up with black mold in the corner, requiring the entire room to be gutted and left hollow for 3 months before I had enough and didn't renew my lease. He ended up refusing to return any of the security deposit. Now, in Arizona, any security deposit erroneously held back results in double damages. They have 14 business days from when you move out to send you a complete list of all of the items for which they are charging against the security deposit. After that, they no longer have any additional recourse. 95% of the items they were charging for were complete bunks, such as carpets needing to be replaced when I had already been there for more than 5 years, and the fact that 2 of the 5 carpeted rooms had the carpet ripped out of them because of mold, repaint jobs due to normal wear and tear, nail holes in the wall that needed to be filled, an exterior paint job for the entire house. He also charged me nearly $3,000 for the front door that had been rammed in by the police executing a search warrant on the wrong house. This was still something that I ended up replacing out of my own pocket, yet he claimed damages since he got an estimate. So I filed a small claims court case seeking the entire amount back, plus double for the erroneously withheld damages. The landlord countersuits for the maximum amount. On the day of the hearing, I presented my entire case against what he had provided in the deductions that were mailed to me and showed my side where I had photos of the long-standing list of damages alleged and refuted everything. I proved that I fixed the $3,000 front door estimate he had. Home Depot charged $792 for the door and installation, so that shows how much this landlord overcharges. I showed that I had the entire home professionally cleaned, which made it significantly better than when I moved in based on photos. I then show a video and photos showing that the weekend after I moved out, the home was already up for sale with an open house. I then requested a ruling in my favor for my full security deposit plus double damages. The landlord then proceeds to go up there with an entirely new list of damages, claiming everything from damage to the subfloor from the water damage he didn't fix, damage to the gas grill in the backyard that had never been used because it was rusted, to claiming that we had not taken care of the property and rats had come in, which was partially true due to his not replacing a rotted out threshold in the garage, which we told them about from day one. Again, this was his problem. He went on and on and on with either made up or damages of his own doing. He proceeds to say that we left the property in shambles, with debris and garbage and in disgusting condition, despite my proof of having it cleaned. He had no invoices for any of the work, only estimates that were provided by the property management company at a much higher price, and he told the judge that's what it cost him to fix. This court date was 9 months after I had moved out of the residence, well past the 14 days they had to disclose anything to deduct from my security deposit. In my rebuttal, I simply stated that these damages were completely different from those he originally disclosed. He had provided no proof of the damages other than overpriced invoices and claims. No proof that the work was done anyway. My pictures clearly showed otherwise. And how could he have an open house 3 days later with all these damages? Most of this is due to his own inaction, probably discovered during an appraisal to sell months later. The house sold 2 months after I moved out, so how do I know if any of the work was actually performed? But most importantly, he is unable to submit new damages as the statute regarding damages has already expired. The judge looks at me and says, well, I'm going to let him anyway. He ruled in favor of my landlord, granting him the full amount, not only letting him keep my $2,000 deposit but also another $3,500 for all the new damages, while the do-nothing con of a landlord smiles smugly with satisfaction. This happened right before COVID kicked in, and I have since filed a complaint with the state and county attorney's offices, as well as the Judicial Commission. I'm waiting for any response, but I'm sure as hell not paying that scumbag a dime.